तो आप राज्यसभा टीवी पर लगातार चुनाव कवरेज देख रहे हैं। आगे बढ़ें उससे पहले अब तक की जो सुर्खियां रही हैं इन चुनाव नतीजों में वो देख लेते हैं। पश्चिम बंगाल में टीएमसी की जोरदार वापसी, ममता बनर्जी ने बताया जनता की जीत। 27 मई को मुख्यमंत्री पद की लेंगी शपथ। तमिलनाडु में लगातार दूसरी बार जयललिता की शानदार जीत, एआईएडीएमके को स्पष्ट बहुमत। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने दी बधाई। पूर्वोत्तर राज्य असम में पहली बार बीजेपी की सरकार बनना तय, कांग्रेस को भारी नुकसान। सर्बानंद सोनोवाल ने कहा उम्मीद के मुताबिक आए नतीजे। और केरल में एलडीएफ को बड़ी कामयाबी, यूडीएफ को करारी हार। ओमान चांडी और अच्युतानंदन बड़े अंतर से आगे। पुदुचेरी में एनआर कांग्रेस और डीएमके कांग्रेस गठबंधन के बीच कांटे की टक्कर। 7 सीट पर एनआर कांग्रेस और 6 सीट पर कांग्रेस की जीत। एआईएडीएमके और डीएमके के खाते में एक एक सीट। तो ये हैं अभी तक की बड़ी खबरें, लेकिन आगे बढ़ें उससे पहले अब तक जो नतीजों और रुझान से जो संकेत मिले हैं वो आपको दिखा देते हैं। लोकतंत्र के लिए आज का दिन एक तरह से कहा जा सकता है बड़ा दिन है। पश्चिम बंगाल में ममता बनर्जी को दूसरी बार जीत हासिल हुई है और पहली बार के मुकाबले ज़्यादा बड़ी जीत हासिल हुई है। कांग्रेस सीपीएम गठबंधन को वहां पर फिर से हार का सामना करना पड़ा है। हालांकि कांग्रेस सीपीएम गठबंधन पहली बार वहां पर मिलकर चुनाव लड़ रही थी। वहीं असम में पहली बार कमल खिल गया है, ये भी एक ऐतिहासिक नतीजा रहा है। बीजेपी गठबंधन को असम में बहुमत हासिल हुआ है, लेकिन दक्षिण के राज्य में भी बीजेपी ने अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया है। जयललिता की हालांकि तमिलनाडु में सत्ता में वापसी हुई है, लेकिन केरल में सत्ता विरोधी लहर देखने को मिली। एलडीएफ की वापसी हुई है, यूडीएफ को करारी हार का सामना करना पड़ा है। और पुदुचेरी में कांटे की टक्कर अभी भी बरकरार है। सत्ताधारी एनआर कांग्रेस और कांग्रेस के बीच कड़ा मुकाबला है, जबकि एआईएडीएमके और डीएमके को 2-2 सीटें हासिल हुई हैं। असम में पहली बार बीजेपी का कमल का फूल खिला है और बीजेपी ने केरल में भी अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया है। इस वक्त हमारे साथ कुछ नए मेहमान जुड़े हैं, उनसे आपका परिचय कराते हैं। नवीन उपाध्याय जी हैं, पॉलिटिकल एडिटर हैं द पायनियर अखबार में। इसके अलावा हमारे साथ कांग्रेस के नेता अजय कुमार और बीजेपी की नेता मीनाक्षी लेखी भी जुड़ी हैं। मीनाक्षी जी, आप लोग आज के आए नतीजों से खुश हैं?
जी बहुत खुश है। बहुत खुश है कि बहुत अच्छे नतीजे हैं, क्योंकि जहां पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी एग्जिस्टेंस में नहीं थी वहां पर जो है कमल खिला है और बाकी जगह कमल खिलने की शुरुआत हुई है। आने वाले समय में पूरी तरीके से बाहर आएगी।
Meenakshi, no, as far as Assam is concerned, where your party is likely to be forming the government, as far as Assam is concerned, what do you think were the major factors which has resulted in what we are witnessing now? You think that the alliance making was the key to your success?
Alliance is one factor. The BJP's resurgence is another factor. Prime Minister Modi's governance model and the way various schemes have been implemented is another. Mr. Amit Shah's electoral politics and electoral know-how is another factor. Giving the right ticket to the right candidate is also very important. So, and bad governance by the Congress.
So the anti-incumbency, you think that the anti-incumbency of the Congress party, 15 years in power, obviously that has been one of the major factors helping your party?
Not just 15 years, they gave 28 tickets to their sons and daughters during this election also. And the kind of infiltration of the foreigners into Assam was another issue. No delivery on those grounds happened. Plus, the economic development which is expected, that didn't happen. Corruption charges against Gogoi government existed. So many things.
Okay. Ajay Kumar, let us get Ajay Kumar's reaction to this. Ajay Kumar, how do you react to what Meenakshi Lekhi is saying? Because, you know, it was obvious that after 15 years you're going to face an anti-incumbency. Congress didn't do anything to overcome that anti-incumbency. It continued with the same leader. and now what the list of factors which Meenakshi Lekhi is pointing out to?
No, first of all, we would like to congratulate the BJP and for winning Assam. Assam is definitely a huge disappointment. Fundamental issue, I think, is when Ms. Lekhi says that, infiltration, they have been in government for past 20 months and they have done nothing on it. But I don't want to make this an occasion to, deny them that they got a victory. The reasons are, strategy. Did we have the right strategy going alone? Was it the right thing to do? All that seems to have not translated into numbers. Assam, we are hugely disappointed because we definitely thought that it would be a close fight. But the results seem to be counter that. The fact is that BJP ran a better, were able to give a better message to the people. The anti-incumbency has been there for 3 continuous terms is definitely a letdown.
जी, अब मीनाक्षी लेखी को, अजय जी, अमृता बोल रही हूँ, मीनाक्षी लेखी को आप केरल में भी खाता खोलने के लिए एक तरह से बधाई दे दीजिए, और अपने लिए आप क्या कहेंगे जहां पर 4% वोट शेयर घट गया है और 45-48 सीटों तक आप लोग सिमट के रह गए हैं?
देखिए अमृता जी, अगर असम में अगर देखेंगे तो अगर हम 2014 के चुनाव के दृष्टिकोण से, ये जो बाकी केरल को छोड़ करके 2014 का जो लोकसभा चुनाव के अगर सीट, अगर उसमें विधानसभा सीट में अगर उसको जो है तब्दीली करेंगे, तो अगर कहने को तो बोलेंगे, हम कह सकते हैं कि हमारी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी रही है, लेकिन केरल में जो है, केरल में तो ये पुरानी
परंपरा रही है।
केरल की आदत है कि जो भी इनकम्बेंट है जो ऑल्टरनेट करते रहते हैं, हाँ, तो ऑल्टरनेट करते रहते हैं, तो केरल की जो राजनीति है उस तरह की है।
नहीं, मैंने केरल की राजनीति में बीजेपी के सेंध लगाने के बारे में आपसे जानकारी चाहिए। केरल में बीजेपी और गठबंधन ने 15% वोट हासिल किए हैं और आप लोग 4.5% वोट कम हासिल किए हैं। कहाँ आप 72 सीटों पर 2011 में हुआ करते थे, कहाँ आप पहुंच गए हैं 45 सीट्स पर।
नहीं, देखिए केरल में जो कुछ उससे पहले जो था, जब भी केरल में जो जनादेश, जब भी कोई पार्टी को केरल में जनादेश मिला है अमृता जी, तो पिछले चुनाव को छोड़ करके हर वक्त जो पार्टी मिला है उनको जो है अच्छी, मेजॉरिटी आसान, जो अच्छी तरह से जो लीड दिया है केरल की जनता ने। तो इसलिए सिर्फ पिछले चुनाव को छोड़ दीजिएगा तो इतिहास यही बताती है कि जो है केरल में जब भी निर्णायक जनादेश जो है जनता केरल की देते हैं।
ओके,
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जहां तक परफॉर्मेंस केरल में है, जिस तरह से इन्होंने जो है पूरी तरह से कोशिश की है, वो सचमुच में वो उनको जो बधाई के पात्र हैं।
ओके,
और ये हमारे लिए एक हम लोग को सीख लेनी पड़ेगी कि हम लोग किस चीज में चूक गए हैं और उसको जो हम लोग को सुधारने की आवश्यकता है। आज के डेट में हम थोड़ी आपको कहें, क्योंकि जो चुनाव के जो नतीजे निकल रहे हैं, हम लोग को उससे सीख लेने की मौका है।
ओके, नवीन, हाउ डू यू लुक एट दिस? द फर्स्ट असम, what do you think were the factors which has resulted? Is it anti-incumbency, the way the Congress handled the entire situation, or do you think that what has happened in Assam is a reflection of the national government, the government at the center, influencing the voters there?
नहीं, और इसके अलावा ये भी कि क्या बीजेपी की रणनीति भी बेहतर रही है कांग्रेस के मुकाबले?
देखिए, anti-incumbency was definitely a factor, but I think if you see a larger picture, the way Congress is handling itself, whether it's Arunachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, or whether it's Kerala or Assam, there is inaction on the part of the leadership. And I think there have been issues where there were intervention required. I think Gogoi was becoming very unpopular, but he was not replaced at the right time. Similarly, when solar scam broke out and Oommen Chandy was in thick of trouble, I think there was some sort of intervention required and leadership change was required. In case of Assam, I think it was critical because here is a chief minister who is facing anti-incumbency for 15 years. And the Congress High Command, there is a bitter infighting within the party. One of the key strategists of the party, Himanta Biswa Sarma, leaves the party. And still there is no intervention of the part of the leadership.
नहीं, शायद उनके पास महाराष्ट्र का उदाहरण होगा जिसमें उन्होंने करप्शन चार्जेस के बाद अशोक चौहान को बदला जरूर, लेकिन उसका कोई खास फायदा उन्हें महाराष्ट्र इलेक्शन में नहीं मिल पाया।
You see, larger यही issue है कि I was listening on a channel when Himanta Biswa Sarma went to meet Rahul Gandhi. I think he was playing with his dogs and he was not keen about discussing politics. Whereas if you look at BJP, I think they have a hunger for capturing power.
Right.
And I think that is, that is the real thing. I think they want to win by hook and crook.
That's a very important point.
Yes.
Venkatesh, what he's saying is very important. There is this hunger in the BJP which you can see in states like Assam and even West Bengal or Kerala.
And Kerala.
Congress is just doesn't seem to have any clue how to deal with this.
I would kind of put it in a different manner. I mean, I would use a different kind of language. Basically, this hunger for power is kind of, trivializing it. The fact of the matter is, if you look at the history of the BJP, it is a party which is, very articulate and very planned, very organized for its purpose. See, you will take all the political parties in India. There was only one political party which came up with a document on which it worked for about 1.5 years in 1998-99. And the beginning of 2000, the party came up with a document, Vision 2020.
Right.
There's no other political party in this country which works on a short-term plan, on a medium-term plan, or a long-term plan, other than not just the BJP. I would include the entire Sangh Parivar in this. I mean, the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak-led Sangh Parivar. So, even in the case of Assam, see, all these factors, these immediate factors, the anti-incumbency, all these factors have worked for the BJP. But apart from that, there is a systematic campaign which is carried out, which the BJP and other its associates in the RSS have carried out, systematically over the last 20 years on the issue of foreign infiltration.
Right.
And they have made a very distinct difference between the Muslim infiltrator and the Hindu infiltrator. In fact, Sudarshan, the former chief of the RSS, used to say, where would the Hindu infiltrator from Bangladesh go? Where else can he go? So, the whole communal element has been injected into this whole campaign, into the society. And I think it is a medium-term, long-term plan which it is, which is carried out in a sustained manner, and they are reaping the benefits.
Okay, let us get Meenakshi Lekhi in on this. Meenakshi Lekhi, would you agree? Would you agree with what Venkatesh is saying, that there has been a long-term plan, there has been a mid-term plan, and all these plans have a certain communal angle to it? Whether it's in Assam or Kerala.
I think I don't agree with the language used. I don't agree with the language being used, because what is a nation, and which country for 67 years has sustained itself without a migration policy? So it speaks volumes about bad governance by the Congress party, that without a migration policy, you allowed people to infiltrate into your country, take over your land, and violate tribal rights. And whereas when you talk about Hindu migrants, then Hindu migrants are sufferers of violence in the areas where genocide is being committed in a sustained manner. And this is a human right issue. Look at the manner in which the communist thinking leftist parties think, and their propaganda mechanism operates. What is a nation? Can you enter US? Can you enter any country in Europe without a migration policy? But in India you can. In India you can just cross over the border and say, this is my land. Can you go even into Pakistan? Can you even go into Bangladesh? Answer is no. Every country has its border protection.
Okay,
now you are giving it a color of communal.
Okay, you say that it is a migration policy and not communalism which is being practiced. Let us get
Absolutely.
Let us get the Congress point of view on this. Ajay Kumar, 67 years, 50 years in power of the Congress party, you have not had a migration policy which the BJP is talking about now, and they're saying they're reaping the benefits of it.
No, I don't think the issue is, you see, the question is the geographical structure of Assam and how it looks. Meenakshi ji might say that, there is no migration policy. They have been in government for the past 20 or 2 odd years. And they've never even, they kept saying we'll send people back. They have not done it. The fact is, whether it is a Muslim or a Hindu who is coming from Bangladesh, those issues have to be verified and then, done in a way which also does justice to India as a free democratic country. The process should be transparent, because there are lots of people, both from the Hindu majority or the Muslim minority, who have been original residents of Assam. How do you identify them? What do you do? How do you fence the border? It is an impossible task, even Meenakshi ji will accept. So my question again is, whether we are using that as a divisive way. There is so much so much a divisive politics can get you. One election might be, or two elections you might win through. But what is the price we are paying? And the fact is now that they should stop crying and, stop complaining. They're in government. What have you done? You can't keep your 24 months. Have you done something remarkably? Now we'll see what you'll do in Assam. But the fact, I just want to make sure, Ujjwal, I just want to tell something which is very critical is that the borders, if you see the borders in the northeast states, it's highly porous and irrespective of whichever government. But if you make it into an ethnic or a community issue, it might pay you dividends in a couple of elections. But at the end of the day, how long will this, what will be the price we pay as a nation, which is a question mark. And, and so be it. People who are infiltrating should be stopped. Let them bring the policy, let them bring the law. So we are with it. But I think the Bharatiya Janata Party is climbing up a very dangerous pole on this issue. It's not good in the long run. And all parties should support as long as what is transparent.
Okay. Meenakshi, would you like to react to that quickly?
Yes, I want to react. I want to remind Mr. Ajay and your viewers a case which was filed by none other than Sarbanand Sonowal. It is called Sarbanand Sonowal versus Union of India, in which he talked about illegal immigration into the state. And nothing so far has been done because of the bad and wrong policies of identifying the migrant population. Number one. Number two, who remained in power for 67 years and who remained in power in the state is for them to know. Now, making it a communal issue suits them because it is a national issue. National issue because India is a nation for Indians and its resources are meant for Indians and not for others to exploit. Because there are two countries and two countries cannot combine. And how beautifully we have solved the Bangladesh issue and the border dispute which was kept pending by the Congress and kept on a slow burner for a long time.
Okay. Naveen, how do you react to this? The politics of Assam, how it has played out and...
I think, if you look at it, definitely this was one of the issues. Migration was one of the issues. But, I think BJP was very clever in playing it two ways. I think one way, I think they brought this entire migration issue to polarize Hindus. And they also divided the Muslims, Bangladeshi Muslims and Assamese Muslims. Assamese Muslims are 1/3 of the total Muslims, and BJP was able to tell the Assamese Muslims that your interest lies in aligning with us because we will deal with the Bangladeshi Muslims differently.
अगर आप मुझे करेक्ट करें, मैंने ये भी सुना था कि इलीगल मुस्लिम माइग्रेंट्स को तो बीजेपी हटाना चाहती है, मगर इलीगल हिंदू माइग्रेंट्स के बारे में वो चुप थी.
That they are very open. I think they have said that I think they are welcome. I think.
Where else with the Hindu migrants?
Yes, that is open. There is nothing secret about it. So this was one of the issue. I won't say this was the issue which decided the election because, as I said, I think there were 15 years of anti-incumbency, bad governance, the infighting within the party. And with the fact that the Congress made the mistake of going alone, the Muslim vote was divided, and BJP was able to cobble together a better alternative. I think I won't say, this is a reflection on the performance of the Modi government. I think you have to look at it in two ways. I think the BJP is fighting election differently from other parties. So you keep this governance issue aside. I think they are able to defeat the rival parties in electoral management.
Okay.
और एक और असम की बात हो रही है, इसलिए मैं एक और सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ. एक और फैक्टर ऐसा लगता है देखने को मिला जो अपर असम है, जहाँ पर लोकसभा चुनाव में भी बीजेपी ने अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया था. इस बार भी बीजेपी का अच्छा प्रदर्शन रहा और कांग्रेस का पूरी तरह से सफाया हो गया. वो इलाका है जहाँ टी गार्डन वर्कर्स संभवतः सबसे ज़्यादा हैं, 5 मिलियन के आसपास हैं. वहाँ पर कांग्रेस का सफाया हो गया. इसका मतलब जो, और वो ज़्यादातर टी गार्डन वर्कर्स, चाहे वो यूपी, बिहार, छत्तीसगढ़ या झारखंड, इस इलाके के लोग हैं. वो जो एक लोकसभा इलेक्शन में यूफोरिया थी, लगता है वो अभी भी वहाँ पर कायम है.
वो वर्कर्स जो थे वो बैकबोन थे कांग्रेस के फॉर इयर्स एंड डेफिनेटली दिस शिफ्ट इज very worrisome, should be very worrisome for the Congress. A lot of traditional voters are shifting away from the party.
Right.
And elsewhere also, if you look at the whole election, I think Ajay Kumar was talking about we were not able to retain Kerala because alternately people lose. But you see, how was
Vote percentage
Jalilta,
काफी गिरा है।
how was Jalilta able to buck the trend of 30 years? I mean, a lot of people are now bucking the trends. There is a pro-incumbency also in a lot of cases. So why was not this factor did not become important in Kerala?
That's a very important, Venkatesh. This, pro-incumbency, anti-incumbency, it is working in different ways in different parts of the country. Jayalalitha wins, UDF loses. Of course, in Assam.
अभी तक चुनाव से पहले कैंपेन के दौरान जब वो कहते रहे
Mamta and Jayalalitha, they
और
have bucked the trend.
चुनाव से पहले कांग्रेस का हमेशा ये दावा रहा कि हमारे ऊपर एंटी इनकम्बेंसी काम नहीं करेगी क्योंकि बीजेपी एक फैक्टर है और बीजेपी एलडीएफ का वोट काटेगी, लेकिन उल्टा हुआ। एलडीएफ का वोट काटने के बजाय यूडीएफ का वोट बीजेपी ने ज्यादा खाया।
No, I think, if you look at it from a larger perspective of national politics, what these elections also underscore, I mean, as the Bihar elections underscored, these elections also underscore that at the national level, the mainstream polity is shifting towards the BJP from the Congress in a decisive manner.
The national,
in terms of national polity, and the resistance to that, political and electoral resistance to that, is emerging only from the regional parties. If you look at Bihar, if you look at West Bengal, if you look at Tamil Nadu, even if you look at Kerala, I mean, the point is, while the left may be a national entity at large level, it has been now confined to a regional party in Kerala and Tripura. So this is a very important development according to me. So, earlier Dilopal was talking about evolving concrete, ideological, political plans and all that. I think if you look at all these places, whether it is Tamil Nadu, whether it is West Bengal, and to an extent in Bihar, welfareism, especially social and economic welfareism, has been the main thrust of all these political parties in countering the big shifts in national politics. If you look at the big shifts
as far as the no, one second. Let me get Professor Narayan and Professor Lakshmanan in on this. Professor Lakshmanan, Tamil Nadu seems to be the only state which has bucked the trend of BJP making inroads. It is Tamil Nadu where they have been working in Tamil Nadu, as far as I can remember, from last 30 years, very systematically, like the way they have worked in Kerala or in Assam. But why has BJP not been able to make the same kind of inroads in Tamil Nadu?
Maybe they could, because as academics I can only speculate. Maybe the political party, major political party in Tamil Nadu may have incorporated the ideologies of the BJP much more bigger than the BJP in itself in Tamil Nadu. Therefore, BJP may not require in Tamil Nadu, so to say, because already whatever the BJP exposed ideas are implemented by both DMK and ADMK.
How do you say that?
They have reduced the social justice into a populism. They reduced the social justice.
No, but what about the pro-Hindu nature of the
because Tamil Nadu is now it is a completely all anti-Brahmin or anti-Hindu sentiment have been come back totally wiped up. Now every television, those who are leading by the Dravidian political party, you have astrology, you have Vastu, you have all kinds of ritualists come back and religious come back in a much more vigor than in the past. Therefore, even giving a freebie itself is an anti-social justice, because because what we are failed to understand as welfareism is different from populism. Welfareism is something which is concerned about a common good and public good. Populism is something concerned and related to individual private good. But we have completely messed up in terms of calling them, giving a laptop, giving a subsidy for a Muppet, or giving color television. All is a welfareism. It is not a welfareism. In Tamil Nadu, people have to pay 5 rupees for using a public convenience, but they are getting a free rice.
No, I think that's a semantic issue. I mean, I think both of us are meaning that there is no ideological premise to these things. Basically, people are being, driven by, even the kind of things that Nitish Kumar did in Bihar and Trinamool did it in West Bengal, like giving cycles to the school girls. while it has got a positive effect, it also falls in the larger premise of welfareism.
No, in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, in Tamil Nadu, no. Tamil Nadu, see, you asked a question about why the BJP is not being able to make inroads. On this point, I think, that as our friend Lakshman very, very, very clearly pointed out, both the Dravidian parties have given up the Dravidian ideology, and they're acting like soft Hindutva parties, especially the AIDMK. And it is my personal prediction that after the passage of the Jayalalitha era, the ADMK would be handed over in a platter to the BJP.
मैं जॉन सैमुअल के पास जाना चाहती हूँ। जॉन, हम दक्षिण भारत में बीजेपी का प्रदर्शन कैसा रहा इस पर बातचीत कर रहे हैं। एक तरफ केरल में बीजेपी ने बेहतर प्रदर्शन किया, 15% के करीब उससे वोट हासिल हो रहे हैं, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ तमिलनाडु में उसका खाता भी नहीं खुल पाया। इस दोनों कॉन्ट्राडिक्शंस को आप कैसे देख रहे हैं?
In Kerala, it's very clear. BJP has been consistently building up their vote share. And this time, they got at least 3-4% vote because of the BJDS alliance. But having said that, BJP has done the most systematic campaign in Kerala. But also, BJP has spent unprecedented amount of money in terms of campaigning. So when it comes to that, the BJP has not gone up to the kind of expectations which they expected. The second thing is BJP's unprecedented force has also resulted in anti-BJP consolidation of the minority vote, not only Muslims but also Christians in Central Travancore or Kerala Christians. That has gone in favor of LDF. And the young people has favored, a significant number of upper caste young people have favored BJP, and the rest has gone to LDF. So that's very clear.
लेकिन एक सवाल और मैं जानना चाहती हूँ। एक सवाल और मैं जानना चाहती हूँ, अगर तमिलनाडु में करप्शन इशू नहीं बना, तो फिर केरल में करप्शन कैसे इशू बना? क्या ये कांग्रेस का फेल्योर था कि वो अपने कैंपेन को और अपने लोगों को वो समझा नहीं पाई, या कुछ और फैक्टर रहा, कुछ और वजह रही?
The Kerala polity is very different than Tamil Nadu in so many ways. Kerala people are politically conscious, they are very aware, they keep discussing the issue. So it's the communalism and corruption became the two major campaign elements. In Kerala, for example, BJP has not used communalism as a plank. BJP, all three fronts have used development and growth as the plank. But LDF also worked on ideals of secularism and also against corruption. If you look at the UDF campaign, it was based on incentives and interest. Development, the deal is we will deliver development, you give us vote. LDF focused on ideals. That is basically, we would like to have a corruption-free government. We would like to ensure that Kerala's communal harmony is kept intact. And LDF has been very vocal and determinedly they were against communalism. UDF, on the one hand, gave a kind of sense of wishy-washy approach to communalism, right? In between, they make noise. So this has paid LDF very well because LDF has been consistently making noise against communalism, fascism, etc., and mobilizing.
Okay.
This has
अजय कुमार से एक सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ.
The people who were worried about BJP's growth in Kerala.
जी, मैं अजय कुमार से एक सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ. अजय जी, हमने करप्शन की बात की, करप्शन के चार्जेस टीएमसी पर भी लगे, करप्शन के चार्जेस जयललिता पर भी लगे, यहाँ तक कि जो तमिलनाडु में जितनी पार्टियां थी सब ने लोकपाल बनाने की वकालत की और सब ने अपने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में लोकपाल ले आने की बात कही, लेकिन वहाँ पर करप्शन का कोई असर नहीं हुआ. पश्चिम बंगाल में कोई करप्शन की बात नहीं हुई. केरल में आप लोग करप्शन के नाम पर चुनाव हार गए.
देखिए अमृता जी, सिर्फ एक ही मुद्दा को हार का कारण सिर्फ एक ही मुद्दा नहीं हो सकता है. अगर आप देख लीजिएगा, छोटा सा डाइवर्शन करना चाहूंगा। जैसे असम में अगर हमको 31% वोट शेयर मिला है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को 30.8% मिला है, लेकिन उनकी जो अलायंस मैनेजमेंट है और उनकी अलायंस की जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है वो ज्यादा हुआ है। तो हमारा ये कहना कि तो चुनाव लड़ने के लिए उसके आपकी रणनीति की बहुत सारे कारण है। तमिलनाडु में आप देख लीजिएगा तो अगर 120 या 124 जयललिता जी को मिला और डीएमके और कांग्रेस का गठबंधन को 104, तो हमारा ये कहना कि एक विशेष एक कारण के चलते हुए चुनाव नहीं हारती है, कैंडिडेट के सिलेक्शन से लेके आपने किस तरह के अलायंस मैनेजमेंट किए हैं। और जितने भी हमारे पहले जितने भी वक्ता है उन्होंने सही कहा कि आपको जो है लोकल नेतृत्व को जो है मजबूत करने की आवश्यकता है। और हम बार बार यही कह रहे हैं कि देखिए हमको इस नतीजे से खासतौर से केरल और असम में और तमिलनाडु में देख लीजिएगा या बंगाल में भी देख लीजिए, क्योंकि बंगाल में हम लोग को ये उम्मीद थी कि लेफ्ट के साथ अगर हम लोग साथ में जाएंगे तो एक मजबूत तरीके से जो हम लोग ममता बनर्जी को लड़ाई दे सकते हैं, लेकिन जो है नतीजा उसके मुताबिक उस ठीक विपरीत हुआ है।
Okay.
वैसे अगर अब अपने सीट के पोजीशन अगर हम देखेंगे बंगाल में तो हम लोग 40 थे, तो अगर हम पहले 40 थे तो मुझे लगता है कि अभी जो रिजल्ट आ रहे हैं 45 के आसपास जो है सीट कांग्रेस की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी या सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट पार्टी जो है बंगाल में हम लोग रहेंगे। लेकिन हमारा ये कहना कि जरूर रणनीति में सुधार की आवश्यकता है। राजनीतिक कार्यक्रम में गिरीश जस्ट वन सेकंड कि एक जरूर हम लोग को सीखना है कि हम लोग ने कहां गलती किया, और इस बात जो है कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए जो है बहुत जल्द से हम लोग को एक इस चुनाव के जो है दरमियान क्या क्या हम लोग,
लेकिन अफसोस की बात है कि देश की सबसे पुरानी राजनीतिक पार्टी को अभी रणनीति सीखने की जरूरत आप बता रहे हैं।
Okay. You know, we are going to be joined. We are joined now by another guest, Hanan Mullah, a CPM Central Committee member. Hanan Mullah, West Bengal is a disaster for the left front. Kerala has redeemed some of your hopes there. You're coming back to power, but the fact is, we have been discussing the growth of the BJP in West Bengal. If we talk of West Bengal, the way the BJP has emerged there, slowly it looks as if even some of our panelists have been talking about it, that it can become an alternative to the Trinamool Congress. It is emerging because now we are seeing the vote share. Congress and BJP has equal vote share there now.
In West Bengal, in last few years, BJP is active. Earlier, BJP had some support, but they had not very large support. But after All India, their BJP government, then their influence increased. And last Lok Sabha also they increased their vote share. But I think in West Bengal, the BJP, the mindset of the people is like that. It will be checked on certain point of time. It will not go on increasing. Because any communal feelings or divisive thinkings ultimately will not dominate the mind of the West Bengal people. So we think that this time they have increased a little bit, but it is not, it will be a limit and it will not go beyond that.
Mr. Hanan Mullah, the fact of the matter is that in this election, what we are seeing, the way the vote share has shifted away from the left front. Where is it going? It's going to some extent to the Trinamool Congress, but a lot of it is also going towards the BJP. So the left front, which has been there for decades, is yielding ground to the BJP. Would you agree to that?
Some percentage might have been shifted, but not very large chunk from left has gone. Because of, there is a section in Bengal, there is some section of there that Hindu bend of mind was there and partitions thing was there in their memory. So that cannot be utilized earlier days, utilized by any strong force. Now BJP is trying to play on that, and because of that, those who mentally had some sort of communal feeling or anti-minority feeling are there, who are here and there, they are staying. A section of them went back. But that is also, I told you, that it will be up to a limit and beyond that it will not go.
Naveen, how do you respond to that? No, is the left front yielding ground to the BJP? Because we are witnessing this happening in Kerala also.
I think in case of Bengal, I think it will be too early to say. I think I won't agree. I think because in a state where you have 35% of Muslim population and you have both TMC and left front, both of them have very strong cadre. So it won't be very easy for BJP to make a decisive inroad at this point of time. I think they may have to work for a decade or so. But at this point of time, I don't think I will rather agree with him. It will take a lot of time. They can win a few seats here and there. But I don't think they are going to become a very powerful force in West Bengal at this point of time.
Venkatesh?
Well, it's only a question of timing. See, what we are discussing is essentially a question of timing. I think as far as political processes go and political planning goes, the BJP has shown consistently over the last 2.5 decades that it is a political organization which has a certain process to it, which has a certain ideological process to it.
And a plan.
And a plan. And they pursue that plan. I mean, they may gain some, they may lose some, but they pursue that plan, very steadfastly.
And systematically.
And systematically. So I think, the difference between the BJP and the other parties in India is that the BJP has a plan, they have got a clear ideological political plank which they pursue, even if they have reverses. Whereas among the secular parties, including the left, it is always trial and error. It is, it is not because, there's been a concrete plan and they have worked towards it. There have been no systematic. Like, for example, the left, when it grew in the 50s and 60s, it used to take up people's issues across India and, highlight them whether they gained electorally or not. But I think over the last 2 decades, it has come to a state where the people's issues are not being championed.
That's interesting. Let me get Isaac in on this, in Trivandrum. Would you agree with that, Isaac, that, left parties rather have become electoral machines, more of electoral machines than they were what they were earlier? And has BJP become some kind of what the left parties used to be in the past?
Yeah, the major difference is BJP has an RSS cadre,
right,
which is being supported. Left has become increasingly an electoral network because the cadre part of left is getting weakened, and that's one of the major problems. And even this time, for the first time, left has used the usual communication methodology, outsourced this campaign to a big advertising company. They had to outsource candidates from media as well as the film industry. This was never heard of. And many of the independent candidates were given the left official, sign. So left, what needs to be worried about it is BJP this time had a very strong electoral machine with a cadre base and huge amount of money. And left managed partly because of the anti-incumbency stream, partly because of the increasing presence and its backlash against the BJP. So both left parties and Congress need to be worried in the context of Kerala. Look at Muslim League has done pretty well.
Yes.
They had 20 seats last time. They had only lost 2 seats. On the contrary, Congress has suffered a lot. From almost 39 seats, they have just reduced to, just 20 plus seats.
Right.
So Congress has lost partly because, not only because of corruption allegation, Congress has always taken a wishy-washy stand. That is what at least the people feel on the issue of communalism, and they have been seen as practicing adjustment politics. The second issue is whenever Congress had huge amount of factionalism, and the last 6-7 months there were huge amount of factionalism between the KPCC president, the chief minister and others. And that has disillusioned number of UDF voters, and many of them didn't go for voting, and many of them felt it is enough. They had 5 years of good time. let the other group come.
Okay.
मतलब आप ये कह रहे हैं कि बीजेपी ने जो अपने लिए जगह बनाई है उसको ये फ्लैंक बनाने में कांग्रेस और यूडीएफ ने मदद की। बेसिकली कांग्रेस ने जो अपनी जिम्मेदारी नहीं निभाई उसकी वजह से ये हुआ।
No, the Congress major problem about is Congress has been for long time playing politics of adjustment and politics of compromise. You know, a political party which lacks conviction in its practice as well as ideals, people don't go for it. So Congress
जॉन
always,
आपको
you know,
रोकना पड़ेगा।
adjustment and compromise.
असम में कांग्रेस के
And
नेता
that has
तरुण
given
गोगोई
space
प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे हैं। अब तक मुख्यमंत्री रहे 15 साल तक मुख्यमंत्री रहे, 3 टर्म मुख्यमंत्री रहे, लेकिन इस बार कांग्रेस को हार का मुंह देखना पड़ा है।
अगर हमारे ग्रुप আছে মহন্ত বকুল বৰা হওক বাকী যিবিলাক লিডাৰ আছে সকলোকে মই তেওঁলোকক মোৰ ফালৰ পৰা শুভেচ্ছা জনাইছোঁ আৰু মই প্ৰেছকো মই ধন্যবাদ জনাইছোঁ যে সকলো সময়তে আমাক সহায় সহযোগ কৰিছে আৰু ভৱিষ্যতকো আমাক লাগিব এজ এ অপজিশ্যন পাৰ্টি হিচাপে আৰু নিশ্চয় আমি ভাবোঁ যে আমি সেই অপজিশ্যনৰ উপৰি ৰাজনীতি জীৱনত ময়ো বহুত উখল মাখল দেখিছোঁ। ভাৰতীয় ৰাজনীতিতেই হওক অসমৰ ৰাজনীতিতেই হওক উখল মাখল হয়। এইটো আমাৰ জীৱনৰ বা এটা গতানুগতিক আমি বুলি ভাবোঁ। আমি সেই হিচাপে আমি হতাশ হোৱাটো কাৰণ নাই। মই অকণো হতাশ হোৱা নাই। বেয়া লগাটো স্বাভাৱিক। মই নাই কোৱা যে আমাৰ বেয়া লগা নাই, কিন্তু আমি হতাশ হোৱা নাই। আমি ভাবিছোঁ যে এই আমাকো
explaining why he has been defeated. But I'll come back to Hanan Mullah. Hanan Mullah, the points made by John Isaac, you know, and also whether the left parties have become more of an electoral machine now. The cadre base is, you know, is going down. And whatever the success of BJP is a result of what Venkatesh is talking about, you know, medium term, long term plans, which they implement very assiduously regardless of what the electoral results are.
To some extent, that comment is true. Actually, left cadres, they are a cadre-based party. But since the dissolution of the Soviet Union, you know, then the left ideology was vehemently attacked, and that also demoralized a section of the people. Later on, West Bengal defeat also created a situation where our cadres in different parts of the country were demoralized, no doubt about that. And here also, I can agree that we could not revive our entire capability and strength to regain those cadres, to retrain them and to infuse proper ideological conviction where there is some confusion in their mind. This part is, I agree. But our party is conscious about that if we do not, only a left party can, that is, we are known as conscience keeper of the nation. If we are able to stick to our ideological position and convince the people that this ideology is only for the safety and security of the people, then only we will be able to win over the people. In this area, we had some weaknesses. We feel for it and we have to rectify these weaknesses.
Dr. Ajay Kumar, the same problem which the left front seems to be having. Okay, I think Ajay Kumar has left. Venkatesh and Naveen, very quickly, the lack of cadre support which is there, you know, with the left front is facing. Congress never was a cadre-based party. So both of them are facing a serious crisis.
वेंकटेश, आप अगर वहाँ पश्चिम बंगाल में घूमे होंगे तो ये निश्चित तौर पे पता चला होगा कि जो लेफ्ट के काडर थे वो अब टीएमसी के काडर हो गए हैं, और शायद ये भी एक बड़ी वजह रही है कि लेफ्ट की ज़मीन खिसक गई।
आई थिंक देयर आर 2 इश्यूज। ये जो शॉर्ट टर्म इशू आप जो वेस्ट बंगाल के कैडर के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, दैट इज अ शॉर्ट टर्म इशू, बिकॉज व्हाट हैज हैपेंड, द लेफ्ट front government's experiment in West Bengal for 34 years was, I think, one of the most unique and historic experiments, political experiments in this country. And in its first 10 years, it completed land reforms, being the only the second state to complete land reforms after Kerala again, which is also under the left leadership. But having done that, it failed to take forward the gains made out of land reforms in both economic and social terms. It was not able to conceive new plans. It was not able to come up with new economic agenda to take forward the gains made out of the land reforms for the poor people. So I think that is perhaps one of the factors. Comrade Hananmulla spoke about the collapse of the Soviet Union and the sense of loss it created among the left cadre. I mean, it's not something that's confined to India. It is something that has happened the world over. And this sense of loss has resulted in the party not being able to form concrete, action plans, and in its inability to take up.
Sorry, Venkatesh, to intervene. So the left parties in India are still looking outside the country for guidance. Is that
No,
I'm
not saying that. I'm saying that there is an ideological vacuum that has been created by the absence of the collapse of the left, thought across the globe. I mean, there's been a major reverse for leftist thought across the globe, and of course in the
लेफ्ट इसके बारे में एनालिसिस जरूर करेगी कि उसके हार के पीछे और उसकी डिफीट के पीछे क्या वजह, आइडियोलॉजिकल वजहें भी हो सकती हैं और तात्कालिक वजहें भी हो सकती हैं। लेकिन खत्म करने से पहले मैं एक सवाल जरूर पूछना चाहती हूँ नवीन से। नहीं, मैं बीजेपी से संबंधित सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ। वो ये कि बीजेपी ने केरल में अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया, बीजेपी ने पहली बार असम में अपनी सरकार बनाई और बीजेपी का प्रदर्शन वेस्ट बंगाल में भी ठीक ठाक रहा। मतलब लोकसभा जैसा नहीं रहा लेकिन फिर भी ठीक रहा। क्या इससे बीजेपी के काडर में एक आत्मविश्वास दोबारा लौटेगा जो बिहार के चुनाव से, दिल्ली के चुनाव से कम हुआ था, वो आत्मविश्वास दोबारा लौटेगा और वो उत्तर प्रदेश में उसको आजमाने की कोशिश करेगी?
नेचुरली ऑब्वियस है, बट आई टेल यू कि जिस तरीके से इस आज के रिजल्ट को देखा जा रहा है, एंड एवरीबडी इज राइटिंग द ऑब्ituary ऑफ कांग्रेस, epitaph of Congress. I am not one of these people because if you see, politics is a long-term process. Absolutely. And even today's result, if you see, I was just doing a rough calculation. The Congress has won nearly double seats than BJP. This we are overlooking. In 4 states, Congress has won around 110 to 120 seats, whereas BJP is about 65 or something like that.
नहीं, लेकिन बीजेपी बहुत सारे राज्यों में बीजेपी की उपस्थिति ही नहीं थी।
नहीं, तो
उन राज्यों की बात हो रही है।
हाँ, ठीक है, तो इन दोज स्टेट्स जहाँ पर बीजेपी नहीं थी, you just win one seat here and there. You can't say कि you are going to sweep the way state. You win one seat in Kerala, it does not mean that Lotus is going to bloom all the way. You see, Indian politics is never going to be.
But would you agree that at the end of the day, today's results has been in favor of BJP in terms of morale than for any other party?
Definitely. Nobody should have any doubt.
At the national level.
Nobody should have any doubt. Yeah. It strengthens Amit Shah's position. Exactly. Because after the Bihar election, I think he was, a lot of noises were made and all these old guards were asking for his ouster. I think now there is not going to be any question mark and nobody is going to raise any finger at Amit Shah. But I think the bigger battle is going to be fought in Uttar Pradesh, right. And there I will see whether a strategy alone can win a battle of.
Okay. I think on that note, we need to go into a short break now. We will come back. Our colleagues will come back and continue these discussions. Please keep watching.
Namaskar.